Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, inshallah. So let's create drag and drop markers, and only 4 minutes left. I'll go out for the purpose of recording. Category. I need to select category first. Okay, alhamdulillah. And we'll add the category of drag and drop markers. As I mentioned earlier, this is the best type. And I don't know what's. You must select a question type. That's what I was. That's why I said create a new question. Drag and drop markers. So drag and drop into image or drag and drop onto the image is not very practical. There is some flaw in them. So this one is working best to complete the charts, as I mentioned to you earlier. Drag and drop, question 1. And here we will give the question text. Surah Al-Fatiha, and number 2, what is our question? And if you notice that my image is very descriptive, whatever is extra should be dropped here in this orange box. So the question must make sense to the students. If there are some incorrect options, what should they do with that? Should they drop them on the image? I still have to explore the area if they do not drop. If there is no drop space, let's check today, inshallah. If there is no drop space for those words, could that be done? That way we don't have to give this orange box. We can just give this blue image and no space for the extra ones, and they can be remain off the image. Okay, let's see. So this is the question type, and you'll see feedback we don't give. And here we will have a background image on which the markers will be dropped. That would be just a simple text. So I'm just going to pick up the file, drop it here, and you can see the graph and everything is created. So this graph will help us find the spot, the exact drops section, how to determine or define a box or a circle, whatever we prefer. So that we want it to shuffle, we want our markers to shuffle, so we'll select shuffle. And here our first marker is Khaliq, and there should be only one, not infinite number, because otherwise they will keep dropping Khaliq and there will be a lot more keep coming. So it should be just one. Also Hamid, one marker. So all of them will create as marker, and we'll give the numbers should be one only. Only one marker should be available to be dropped on the image. Right here. And one. Okay. So this one is done. I'm going to close it. The markers are created. And now, because we have to look at the image and define the drop zones, here it says circle, but because these are triangles, so rectangles, so I will select a rectangle. So there's a choice. We have 3 types that we can select for the correct space. So your rectangle has been working best with the charts and this image as well. Unless there were circles, then you want to keep the circles. But I would say keep rectangle. Even if you gave circle here, students sometimes miss the target here and there. And if it's even a little bit out the marker, then the target sign, then the marks will be deducted, and then students will complain that, okay, yeah, my label is inside the circle, but I didn't get marks for that. However, their target would be out of the circle. That's the point. And usually that's the note that must be added on the top, and you might have seen that the target sign must be inside the correct space. And so coordinates, we have to set the coordinates for that. So the first one would be, so there are 4 coordinates. How x and y would be, from the top where it should start from the right where it should start from. Although for Khalik, Malik, Mudabbir, all 3, I'll just give a big one box here. Why? Because students might switch the order. They might say Khalik, Malik, Mudabbir, or Khalik, Malik, Mudabbir from this side, or they just switch the order, Mudabbir here, or Mudabbir in the middle. So I don't want any confusion to be arising from this and going back and manual marking. So I would just give a big box here, big box for answer. So it should start from 180 or 75, 175, and separated by colon. First one is, I think, colon. If it didn't work, then inshallah I have to go and check. And the it should be 10. How about we just start with the box anyways? So we give them 4 options, 20 and 30. It should create a box. If it didn't, then I have to go check these separators. I still don't remember because I don't use it very frequently. So drag and drop marker coordinates. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And I forget them every time. SubhanAllah, that's amazing. So often I search and then I was, okay, yeah, this is it. Oh, it's supposed to be a comma, not a colon. Okay, alhamdulillah. It's supposed to be a comma. And there you can see a small little box has appeared because of because of the options 175. Okay, so that's wrong. So the 10 should be first. So it's determining how it begins, the first one, and the second one how low it should be. So there it is, 170, and how big it should be now. So it's just covering 20 and 30. It should be at least 120 or 100. Okay, so that's not the width, that's the length. This is the width, and we don't need it. Maybe 110. And 110 is too much. 100. That's better. And I would not even make it begin at 10 rather 5. So that even if a little bit of marker is on this side, the students are getting marks for it. And we can even make it 0 just to make it foolproof. So now the length of the box, we want to determine probably 500. So if it's too big, it will not show on the image. And 500 is still too big. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, not 5 is the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.5 probably. So it is 480. Yeah, so now it's showing. Let's do it 85. If we do 490, it will go out and will just not show again. Okay, alhamdulillah. So now the good thing is that, so this is drop zone for 1, and there is a marker. See, remember we just copy paste. Now we don't have to copy paste again. We'll just select Khalik. All the correct answers should go in this box. Command C, I'll just copy paste. Oh, it's a circle. Too big. Rectangle for Malik. And same coordinates, but a rectangle. The circle has a different size because it has a diameter, and so it's different, but we can search. So you'll see, you can search. So Khalik, Malik is already selected. Mudabbir, So it's gray, you cannot select it again because you kept it not infinite, or rather you select only one marker. Now we have to create for the incorrect options. Oh, circle should be changed to rectangle. And here now we need to move this box at this spot. So it should be lowered and bigger. It should be starting at 270 probably. So here it will be 270 instead of 170, and we'll check if it came down. Okay, yeah, good. And it has to be longer, bigger, so we can add 25 more points to it. So this should be, this was the width, right? Okay, so 100 was the width. We can make it 125, and there it works best. Okay, alhamdulillah. Or we can also do 130 or 29 maybe. 30 might go out. Okay, see, it disappeared. Even 29 is too much. 27. Okay, and now it's back. Alhamdulillah. All right, so now we're just going to copy paste it for the rest of them, which is only one. So Rahim and Hamid are incorrect options. How about we leave Hamid out and try saving it? Okay, save changes. Okay, so it didn't give me any error. Let me test it. Fill incorrect responses. Okay, all right, so that means we don't even have to create this box. We just save. So we can give lots of incorrect options and only give them this chart next time. So if there are some incorrect answers added, they can be left on the bottom. So that's what we can do. This image was created initially, keeping in mind that all the markers must be dropped on the image. Submit and finish. I'm going to have one less mark because I removed Rahim. Okay, 0.75. I'm going to start again. Fill in correct options. Okay, going over time. Sorry to keep you away from your family. So you might notice that all three are put there, but we can move them here and there. Khalik, Malik, Mudabbir. That is the correct answer. Submit and finish. That should give me full mark. Okay, alhamdulillah. So what we can do is we can actually completely exclude this orange box and leave Rahim there. No drop zone for Rahim, and it would be just left here on the bottom. And that would inshallah do the job. Alhamdulillah. That's really good. Okay, let me see if you have any questions. Okay, alhamdulillah. So please go ahead. You can create it, and I will close the recording, inshallah. So I will wait for you. If you have any questions, then inshallah I can answer that. And you can, when you're taking screenshot of the image, you can actually take only the screenshot of the blue part of the image. Don't just disregard the orange one, and don't give any drop zone for the incorrect options. Only make a drop zone for the three correct answers. Do you have any questions?
Let me try. Let me know if we have any questions.
Okay, inshallah. So I'll be waiting.